Hey y'all, it's Mr. Thibodeau, coming at you with our practice set. So, find the least common multiple of each pair or group of pairs. So, least common multiple, okay, so that's the bigger number that both of them share in common. Probably going to be 5, because the first thing that 8 ends up at that's going to end with a 0 is going to be 8 times 5, which is 40. 4, 6, and 10. Let's see. So again, it's got to end in a 0 in order for this to go through. So what's the number that 4 and 6 both end up at that's going to have a 0 in it? Well, 630 is the earliest for 6 and 10, but that doesn't help. 4 doesn't go into 30 even. 4, we can bust out our guy here. So 4 has a 20, has a 40, 6 has a 30, and a 60. Okay, 60 is probably going to be it, because 4, it's going to be 15. 4 goes into 60 15 times. Okay, because 20 plus 40, 5 plus 10 is 15. So 60 is probably going to be the earliest one. Okay, and again, because we're looking for 10, it's pretty easy. We only care about instances in which they end with a 0, right? Use prime factorization to help you find the least common factor. So 1, 24, 2, 12, 3 goes into it 8 times, and 4 goes into it 6 times. Okay, so that's 24. 1 and 40, 2 and 20. 3 does not go into 40. 4 does 10 times, and 5 does 8 times. So if we're looking for the least least common multiple, or sorry, yeah, prime factorization. Oh, I just did factors. I didn't do prime factorization. Sorry, prime factorization is breaking it up. 24 breaks into 2 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3. Prime factorization brings this into 2 and 20, 4 and 5, 2 and 2. So least common multiple of these pairs is 2, I think, if you're looking at that. Sorry, I thought we were looking for greatest common factor, but we're looking for least common multiple. Use prime factorization help you find the least common multiple of these pairs. How does least, sorry. Oh, that's right, because you multiply them all together. 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, and that's going to be the least common. Sorry, it's been a minute since I've done this. So it talks about prime factorization to do this right here. 2 times 3 times 3, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 2 3s from both, 3 2s and 2 3s. We can form either 18 or 24. Okay. So 3 2s. So I guess that's what 3 2s and a 5. So is it 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5? 4, 8, times 3 is 24 times 5. 24 times 5 is 100, 120. Okay, so does 24 go into 120? I mean, it does, yeah, 5 times. Okay. All right, so that's your answer. You've taken 2, 2, 2, 3. You already had 3 2s, so you just add that 5. So you're taking basically, you don't need a duplicate here. You add all the factors together. So 3 2s, okay, we got 3 2s here, check. We got 1 3, we don't have a 3 here, so we add that. We got 1 5, so we add that. Then 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 gives us 120, which is the least common multiple. Okay, so I guess that's the thing. 30 and 75. So break this into 2 and 15, 3 and 5. Break this into 3 and 15, 3 and 5. 3 and 25, and then 5 times 5. There we go. So we have 1 3, we have 1 2, and we have 2 5s. Okay. So 5 times 5 is 25, times 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 25 equals 150. So 150 is our answer. Okay. Instead of dividing 7/2 by 1/2, double each number and mentally calculate the quotient. Oh yeah, so that's fine. So they're saying here, instead of trying to do the math with these fractions, if you double it and then divide it, you should still get the same answer, because it's still like, it's like how 2 divided by 4 is going to get you the same answer as 4 divided by 8, right? Because you're getting ratios at that point, okay? So 7.5 and 7.5, that's 15 divided by 3, so your answer should be 5. Okay. Mentally calculate each quotient by finding an equivalent division problem. So instead of doing 24,000 divided by 40, I would do 4 goes into 240, or 4 goes into 24 6 times, so it should be 60, right? Is that right? 60, right? It should be the 2 4 1 2 3 divided by 400. 60, yeah, okay. 6 goes into 12. 6 divided by 12, so it should be half, right? Because 12 is a bigger number than 6. So it should be $3 essentially, or no, then not 3. So what am I doing here? I'm getting confused because it's a bigger number. So yeah, I mean, it's basically 6 divided by 12, which is the same as saying like 1 divided by 2. Yeah, so it's a half, 0.5, 50 cents or whatever. 140 divided by 5, so well, 5 goes into 120 times, and 5 goes into 4 8 times, so 28. So 5, 0.5, and then 28. Those are my answers. Mental math is tricky because you're trying to do it in your head and not show it. Alright guys, that's what I got for you. Have a good one.